She touched his hand. She leaned in, and she whispered 2 words into Michael Jackson's ear. 7 seconds later, Michael Jackson froze. His eyes went wide. His body went rigid, like someone had just told him the exact date of his death. Security dragged her away. 12 hours later, she was dead. Michael Jackson never spoke about that night. He never explained what she said. He never performed that song again. But the people who were there, they remember. They remember the look on his face, the way his hands started shaking, the way he kept looking back at the empty seat where she had been sitting. This is the Jackson Files, and this is the story of the 2 words that changed everything. February 24th, 1988, Madison Square Garden, New York City. The Bad World Tour. Michael Jackson is at the peak of his power. 80,000 tickets sold out in 4 hours. Every seat filled, every eye on him. The set list is perfect. Wanna be starting something? The Way You Make Me Feel. Thriller. The crowd is screaming so loud you can feel the vibrations in your chest. And then, during Human Nature, something happens. Michael is center stage, singing, spotlights on him. The song is slow, intimate, emotional. It's one of the rare moments in the show where Michael stands still, where he lets the audience just feel. Row 3, Section A. A woman stands up. She's young, maybe 23, long brown hair, blue jacket. She's crying, not screaming like the other fans, just crying. Silent tears streaming down her face. One of Michael's backup dancers, Sheryl Crow, later said in an interview, "I saw her. She wasn't like the other fans. She wasn't jumping or waving. She was just standing there, staring at Michael, like she was saying goodbye." Security notices her immediately. A woman standing still in a sea of chaos always stands out. They start moving toward her. But before they can reach her, she does something no one expected. She jumps the barrier. Not violently, not aggressively. She just steps over it, like it's the most natural thing in the world. And she starts walking toward the stage. Security rushes forward, but Michael sees her first, and he doesn't run. He doesn't signal for help. He just stops singing. He lowers the microphone, and he stares at her. The band keeps playing. The lights stay on. But Michael Jackson is frozen, watching this woman walk toward him. She reaches the edge of the stage. Security is seconds away. Michael kneels down. He leans forward, and she reaches up, touches his hand, and whispers something into his ear. 2 words. That's all it takes. 2 words. Michael's face changes. His eyes go wide. His mouth opens slightly, like he's about to say something, but no sound comes out. His hand, the one she touched, starts trembling. Security grabs her. They pull her back. She doesn't fight. She doesn't scream. She just lets them take her. But as they drag her away, she's still looking at Michael, and she's smiling. Not a happy smile, a sad smile, a knowing smile. Michael stands up. He's shaking. The microphone slips from his hand and hits the stage with a loud thud. The music stops. The crowd goes silent. For 8 full seconds, Michael Jackson just stands there, staring at the spot where the woman was, his chest rising and falling, his hands clenched into fists, and then he runs off stage. The concert doesn't stop. Michael's tour manager, Frank DiLeo, rushes on stage. He grabs the microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing a brief technical issue. Please remain in your seats. The show will resume momentarily." But backstage, chaos. Michael is in his dressing room. The door is locked. His bodyguards are outside. Inside, Michael is sitting on the floor, his head in his hands. He's hyperventilating. One of the stagehands who asked to remain anonymous was outside the door. He later told a reporter, "I could hear him through the door. He kept saying the same thing over and over. How did she know? How did she know?" I'd never heard him sound like that. He sounded terrified. Frank DeLeo tries to get him to come back out. "Michael, we have 18,000 people out there. You need to finish the show." Michael finally opens the door, but he won't look anyone in the eye. "Who was she?" he asks. "Where is she now?" "Security took her. She's being questioned." "What's her name?" "We don't know yet. She didn't have any ID, no ticket, no wallet, nothing." Michael stares at Frank. "Find out who she is. I need to know who she is." "Michael, we need to finish the show." "I can't." His voice cracks. "I can't go back out there." But he does. After 12 agonizing minutes, Michael Jackson walks back on stage. The crowd erupts, but Michael isn't the same. His energy is gone. His smile is fake. He rushes through the rest of the set list. Songs that should be 5 minutes long are cut to 3. He skips the encore, and the moment the final note of Billie Jean hits, Michael disappears backstage and demands to leave immediately. Here's where it gets darker. Security questions the woman. They take her to a back room. They ask for her name, her ticket, her ID, but she won't answer. She just sits there staring at the floor, smiling that same sad smile. Finally, after 20 minutes, she speaks. "Tell Michael I'm sorry. Tell him I had to warn him." "Warn him about what?" "He'll understand. When the time comes, he'll understand." And then she asks to leave. Security, not knowing what else to do, lets her go. They escort her out of Madison Square Garden, and she walks into the New York night, alone. The head of security, a man named Tony Belson, later said, "I should have held her longer. I should have called the police, but there was something about her. She wasn't dangerous. She was just sad, like she was carrying the weight of the world." Michael's team tries to find her. They review the security footage. They check the entry logs. But there's no record of her entering the building. No ticket scan. No guest list. It's like she appeared out of thin air. And then, 12 hours later, she's found dead. February 25th, 1988, 10:47 a.m. A jogger in Central Park finds a body. A young woman. Long brown hair, blue jacket. No ID, no wallet, no phone. Cause of death unknown. No signs of trauma. No drugs in her system. No alcohol. The medical examiner's report states sudden cardiac arrest. No clear explanation. The body is taken to the morgue. And for 3 days, no one claims her. No family, no friends, no one. But one person knows who she is. Michael Jackson. Because on February 26th, Michael's bodyguard receives an envelope, hand-delivered to his hotel. No return address. Inside is a single Polaroid photograph. It's a picture of the woman, sitting in row 3, section A, at Madison Square Garden. Taken hours before she jumped the barrier. And on the back of the photo, written in neat handwriting, are 2 words. The same 2 words she whispered to Michael. June 25th. Michael sees the photo, and he locks himself in his hotel room for 2 days. He cancels 3 concerts. He doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep. He just sits there, staring at the photo. His manager begs him to talk. "Michael, what did she say to you? What does this mean?" But Michael won't answer. He just looks at Frank and says, she knew, and she tried to warn me." "Warn you about what?" Michael doesn't answer. He just burns the photo. And he never speaks about that night again. So, what were the 2 words? June 25th. June 25th, 2009. 21 years after that concert. The day Michael Jackson died. Did that woman somehow know? Was she a psychic? A time traveler? Or was it all just a coincidence? Some fans believe she was an angel, sent to warn Michael, to give him one last chance to change his fate. But Michael didn't listen. Or maybe he couldn't. Others believe she was part of something darker. A cult, a secret society, someone who knew what was being planned. And she tried to save him. But she paid the price. Because here's the strangest part. The medical examiner's report for the woman in Central Park. It's missing. The file was archived in 1988. But when journalists tried to access it in 2010, it was gone, wiped from the system, like she never existed. And the Polaroid photo that was delivered to Michael's bodyguard, it disappeared. Michael's estate has no record of it. His family has never seen it. It's like it was erased from history. But the people who were there that night, they remember. They remember the woman in the blue jacket. They remember Michael's face when she whispered those words. They remember the 8 seconds he stood frozen on the stage. And some of them swear they saw her again, years later, at Michael's funeral, standing in the crowd, wearing the same blue jacket, crying the same silent tears. Was it her? Or was it a ghost? Or was it just grief playing tricks on their minds? Michael Jackson performed Human Nature hundreds of times in his career. But after February 24th, 1988, he changed the set list. He moved it to the end of the show. He never let fans get close during that song again. He never knelt down at the edge of the stage again. Because he knew that if someone got close enough to whisper, they could change everything. In his final rehearsals for the This Is It tour, Michael was supposed to perform Human Nature. But he cut it. His tour director asked why. Michael just shook his head and said, "That song is cursed." And maybe it was. Because June 25th, 2009, exactly 21 years after that woman whispered those 2 words, Michael Jackson was gone. Did she predict his death? Did she try to warn him? Or did she cause it? Did those 2 words plant a seed in Michael's mind? A date that he couldn't escape? A fate that he couldn't change? We'll never know. Because the woman is gone. The photo is gone. The medical records are gone. All we have left are the memories of the people who were there. And the chilling coincidence of a date. February 24th, 1988. The day a stranger told Michael Jackson when he would die. and June 25th, 2009. The day it came true. This has been The Jackson Files. Subscribe, because some warnings come too late.